and welcome. In this lesson, I hope to teach you the rules for the differences when using as or like. So if you want to know, please keep watching. The word as is used in sentences to highlight the job, appearance, or functions. It can also be used to mean in the same way. And when making comparisons using as, we often use the structure as plus an adjective plus as or as much as to say if something has or doesn't have the same amount of quality as something else. For example, she loves fried rice as much as I do. Or, he's not as tall as his brother. Here in the first example, we're comparing functions. She loves fried rice as much as I do. And in the second example, we're comparing appearance in height. He's not as tall as his brother. Also, we use as in the expression the same as. Here, as is used to indicate resemblance, maybe in size, in shape, in color, in height, in length, and so on. For instance, your phone is the same as mine. The word like is used to mean similar to or the same as. It can also be used to give some examples. To indicate similarities, we use the structure like plus a noun. Here we use like when the second term of the comparison is a noun or a pronoun to indicate that two things are similar. For example, Dave looks like his father, or she's acting like a baby. It is also common to make comparisons using like with verbs of the senses. A sense verb is a verb that describes one of the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. Verbs such as look, seem, taste, feel, and sound are sensory verbs. Now let's see some examples. She looks like her mother. It sounds like a dog. Nothing tastes like homemade coffee. It smells like medicine. It feels like cotton. In the above examples, we are using like with verbs of the senses to indicate that two things are similar. It is also common to make comparisons using as if or as though. As if and as though are conjunctions having similar meaning, used to compare a real situation to an imaginary situation. They are followed by a clause, a subject, and a verb. As if is more common than as though. And here is the structure: as if or as though plus a clause. For example, it looks as if or as though it is going to rain. Or she cried as if or as though she was dying. Giving examples. In addition, we can use like or such as when giving examples. We normally use for example, for instance, such as, or e.g. used within a sentence when it is followed by a list of items which elaborate or show examples for the main idea of the sentence. Here are some examples. I can play quite a few musical instruments. For example, the flute, the guitar, and the piano. I can play quite a few musical instruments. For instance, the flute, the guitar, and the piano. I can play quite a few musical instruments, e.g., the flute, the guitar, and the piano. And lastly, I can play quite a few musical instruments, such as the flute, the guitar, and the piano. Now look at the last sentence with such as. Do you see anything different with this sentence as compared to the first three? Such as does not have a comma after it. The first three phrases have commas before and after them. We also use as when talking about a job or a function of a person. We can use as plus a noun to highlight a job or a function. I worked as a shop assistant for 2 years. He used his coat as a blanket to keep warm. John works as a teacher. In the above examples, we can see jobs and functions. The first example, he worked as a shop assistant. During this time, he was a shop assistant. The second example, he used his coat as a blanket to keep warm. This is to tell us that the function of a blanket is to keep warm, but he used his coat in the place of a blanket. And lastly, John works as a teacher. That is John's job. He works as a teacher, right? But be careful. If we say she speaks like a teacher, you should understand that she is not a teacher. But if we say she speaks as a teacher, you should note that she is a teacher by profession. Hi, I hope you found some value in this lesson. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching and see you soon.